We often like to start the show with saying exactly how tall we are and how many times we've dunked in our life.
That's right.
You go first.
I'm 6'6". I've probably dunked the ball about a couple thousand times.
I'm like 6'1", none, 0 times.
Yeah, I'm 6'0" on a good day, and I did it one time with my friend. He was like,
no, that doesn't count if you jump off somebody's
yeah,
back.
he was like on all fours, and I jumped on it. It was awesome. It was awesome, but that's the one time, and I didn't make it, but
Wait, you jumped off and missed the dunk?
yeah, I missed. The ball didn't go in.
Were you so excited that you were up that you missed?
Oh, dude, I still hung on it. You know,
Oh,
that's awesome. I can get up there. That's amazing.
Lame. That's lame. Us athletes think that's lame, right?
Yeah,
that's lame.
You know.
Okay.
So, when you're a 5-star out of high school, and you're getting people recruiting you, like, what is life like? Is it nonstop where you're celebrated everywhere you go because of basketball, and is your mailbox full constantly?
A little bit of both. You know, I grew up in Las Vegas, so it wasn't too big of a basketball city, so I didn't get as much love as the rest of the 5 stars across the country. But when you would travel, you know, go to different tournaments and stuff like that, like little kids walk up to you like, oh, you're Chuck, you're this, you're that. You know, as a high school kid, you know, that's pretty cool to have. So I enjoyed it.
We're in the arena now. Do you ever just hear like one annoying fan that's against, if it's not, let's say you're playing, so we'll call him School C, it doesn't matter who it is, that just will not shut up?
Yes, never at home, always on the road.
It's like one fan that you just dial in, like, shut up, man.
Yeah. They'll say some crazy things to us, you know, on the bench, but
students probably always say some mean stuff. Like, students probably go hard.
Yes, for sure.
Harder than like the rich people that sit on the front.
Right.
What's the meanest thing a student's ever like said about TCU? Not even you specifically, but like, what's the thing that other schools say about TCU that tries to get under your skin?
I'm trying to think of something that's appropriate.
Oh yeah, well, don't even worry about that. Yeah, don't even worry about that.
You know, I'll just say how, you know, they'll put their God remarks, you know, like
what?
God loves us for free. You know, they'll say stuff like that because we're a Christian school. You know, that's their favorite thing.
What? Dude, that's just next level.
They punch that ticket right to AG double hockey sticks.
Yeah.
If they're doing that. How old were you the first time you dunked?
I was about 13, 14 years old.
Wow.
Were you close for a long time before that, or did you grow so fast and get so strong that it just kind of happened?
Okay, well, it was about a 2-year gap. It was really hard for me to dunk, you know, so I was able to squeeze one in, you know, it was barely a dunk, and I didn't dunk again for another 2-3 months. And then I was able to dunk with 2 hands about 3 months later, and ever since then, you know, I've just been trying to do different tricks and stuff like that.
Do you remember your first game dunk?
Yes, I do. It was actually in Vegas at Finley Prep High School, if you guys have ever heard of that. Very prestigious high school, but it was a showcase game. I believe I was a freshman in high school. I got a steal at about right here, right half court, and yeah, went. My dad got it on video. It was pretty cool.
And do you remember that actual play? Like, can you go back and actually remember you with the breakaway?
Not really.
Or you've just seen it so many times now?
I've seen that video. Yeah. You know, when I was 15, I watched that video 100 times.
15? That's
in a row.
Crazy.
You know, so.
Dang, I wish I was 15 and could dunk. I wish I was 22 and could dunk.
Yeah.
I wish I was 22. There's just a lot of things I wish.
Chuck, does it hurt? Like when you jam that ball in, does it hurt your wrist? Does it hurt your forearm?
Sometimes. A lot of people don't know you have to learn how to dunk. You know, you have to, even though if you're way above the rim, you got to be able to hit the rim with your hands, you know, because it's real easy to get too high and then hurt your forearm. You know, now you're sore the rest of the game. You can't shoot right, stuff like that. So
you've done that? You've dunked so hard that you hurt your arm?
Absolutely.
That'd be the coolest reason to get injured.
It happens all the time, you know, because especially when you're trying to dunk on somebody.
What if you get dunked on? Can you bounce back quick?
I could, you know, but it hurts. As a man, your soul, your pride, it hurts. You know, I hate to say, I got dunked on for the first time ever in my life last year in NCAA tournament. And it was one of those things you just got to act like it didn't happen, you know, because like if your reaction is bad, you know, the whole crowd, you're going to get exposed. Instagram's one heck of a thing now. You know, it's a bad situation if you don't take the right way.
Have you seen that video of him dunking on you?
A couple times, and I turn it off every time. Every time.
What does it feel like to block, though?
I actually know him. We grew up together. He's from Las Vegas.
Oh, so was it personal when he did it?
It was very personal.
Oh.
It was very personal. It was terrible. And we were talking crap to each other the whole game. You know, I'll be on the bench. He'll be talking to me, or he'll be on the bench. I'll be saying stuff to him, but we won the game. So
like friendly crap or like half friendly crap?
Half.
Yeah.
Half.
But you guys won.
It was personal.
Yeah.
And we won. So you know, I would rather take the win.
Were you guys recruited at the same time?
No, he's actually younger than me. I believe he was a sophomore last year.
Got it.
Maybe a junior.
Man, and he dunked on you.
He got me.
But he forgot about it. He forgot that.
Yeah, it's over with.
He don't think about that anymore.
What about when you dunk on somebody?
You know, I like
Do you let them know?
Of course. Well, you know, some guys, it depends on who it is. You know, some guys, you know, like you really want to dunk on them, and once you do it, you're going to let them know. But then you also have guys that, you know, like you don't want to bother them too much. Like, okay, I'll just get back on defense.
How hard is it to watch your mouth though, like with technicals and all that?
It depends. Like, if you see a ref, you're not gonna say anything. But like sometimes you'll make a play and not see a ref, and then whatever comes to your head, you say it. With any expression.
How do you know when to not? And I know what the rule says, but how do you know and how do you judge when not to hang on the rim after you dunk? Because someone's under you, or you could fall on somebody, you can hold on.
Right.
But I mean, it looks really cool to hold on.
Yeah.
So you want to hold on if you can. Like, you ever get a tech for that, hanging on too long?
I did when I was younger, but like the thing is, you want to get off the rim as quick as you can. You want to get back on defense, and coaches is another thing. Like, forget about the refs. If your coach sees you hanging on the rim, get off the rim. Little things like that. So I try not to.
How many balls do you think you put up a day?
Around 400 to 500. Around the 4, because I work out. I was working out right before you guys got here, actually, and so I'll work out in the morning every morning, and then at practice, and then I'll try to go at nights, before games, stuff like that. And yeah, depending on how hard my day was, I always try to get back in the gym, get up extra shots.
You ever work out after a game?
No, not after a game. No.
Even if it was a bad game?
Yeah, bad game. I'll be in the gym the next day. I need to go home. I need to watch film. I need to see why I missed these shots, why I had a bad game. So I can't just say I played bad and get to the gym. I need to see why, to see improvement.
Is there a typical reason that you might be off that you can correct during a game? If I could compare it to something, like if I play golf, I usually know, I'm not turning my wrist. It's what I do the most is I don't flip my wrist over.
Right.
Is there something in your shot that you're like, okay, oh man, I'm not spreading my fingers far enough that you can kind of correct because that's usually the first thing you do wrong? Yes.
For me, it's my elbow. So like when I'll shoot, sometimes when I get tired in the game, my elbow will come out a little bit to the right, and it'll go sideways. I'll shoot the ball, go right, it'll go left, and I'll talk to my guys on the sideline and be like, yo, like put your elbow in, so, get a straight line drive, nice arc, and hopefully make some more shots.
What's the most threes you ever made in a high school game?
Probably 8 or 9.
Oh, God.
It was 8 because I always used to compete with my dad. The most threes my dad ever made was 7, and I remember I beat him by 1. The most threes I made in the game was 8.
Did you know as you were shooting that 8th in the game in high school that you were beating your dad's 7?
Not really. I was trying to go for 10, So, like, I wasn't thinking about my dad mid-game, but, like, afterwards, my dad was like, I've only ever made 7. I was like, well, I made 8, so,
It's a rare combination for somebody to block as many shots and also make as many threes as you do. It shows the versatility. If you're thinking next level, how does your game translate to the next level?
I think my game translates better to the next level as a professional basketball player rather than a college basketball player. Just based off of how defense is, how everything goes up and down, the pace of the game, stuff like that. Like what's considered a good shot, what's considered a bad shot. Because there's levels to it. So, yeah, I definitely see myself translating to a professional.
Do you feel a bit that you play positionless basketball since you can play? You basically play 4.5, almost all 5 spots.
Right.
Do you feel like you're a positionless player?
I wouldn't say positionless, but I do feel like I can do anything on the court. I've just been playing the game for so long. I've learned a lot, seen a lot, so I feel like there's nothing on the court that I can't do.
Ever hit a game winner?
I've hit a fair share. No.
What's the best one? What comes to mind first?
I would say Baylor, only because it's more recent, but there was still time on the clock. Like I like the game winners where you shoot and there's nothing you can do.
So when it's in the air, yeah.
And the game is over.
Yeah.
There's no more timeouts. They don't get to take the ball out and throw a Hail Mary. I like the ones when you shoot it and game. Those are the best.
Do you have any of those?
Yes, I had a couple in high school.
And are they like, all right, we can check the ball? Is that always the play, like the whiteboard, and it looked like he's drawing a play, but really they're just writing your name?
Like we always work on it in practice, like that's one thing you guys got to work on in practice is last second situations, So, and yeah, we had plays for it, so we were ready. I was like, Coach, I want the ball right here. He was like, all right, so you guys come here, set the screen, and we'll go from there.
Man, have you always been tall?
Yes, for the most part.
Your dad's tall,
right?
Your uncle's tall,
but not always because he was a baby once.
That's what I'm asking. Did he come out of the womb at like 3'2"?
Yeah, probably.
I've never had a growth spurt, actually. I've never had like a summer where I grew 4 inches. Everything's been gradual, but I've always been long. I've always had tangible. So,
were you an excellent kid athlete?
I wouldn't say excellent. I was really goofy and clumsy. I was the kid that you'll see like running and just fall over nothing. But
that's because you hadn't grown into your.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you though, so there's still hope for you.
I still have time.
Yeah, you
still have a few years.
Super clumsy too.
Yeah.
What's the hope this season?
We want to go all the way. We made it to the tournament. We're fortunate enough to make it to the tournament the past couple of years, and we're trying to make it all the way. We feel that we have the talent and the team to do so. So that's the goal as of right now.
What is your job as a leader on this team in your mind?
Showing my experience, I've seen a lot, been around a lot, I just want to show all the guys that, I know what it takes, I know what to do to an extent. I haven't been all the way there, but, I know what to change, what our team from last year could have done better, stuff like that. So I just want to be that role model to guys.
Just two more questions. As someone who's been hurt before and had to actually come back, and
Right.
here you are again playing at a high level, what would you tell somebody who is in the middle of an injury right now and they're going through the rehab and they may be a little confused as to what's going to happen with them next?
All right. I just have to say, the best is not now, the best is coming, So adversity, everybody goes through it, For some people it might be worse, but I'll have to say, the end is not near.
Chuck, what does your body feel like after a game? Because Bones and I, we played full court one time, and we couldn't move for 2 weeks afterwards. What does it feel like? And that's the first part of the question. Second part of the question is overtime. When it's overtime, are you like, oh, I'm exhausted?
Okay, so after a game, my adrenaline is really high for hours after the game. So say we have an 8 p.m. game, there's no way I'm going to sleep before 3 a.m. It's like that. So, and I'm not going to feel anything till the next morning. So, if I get knee to my thigh or, shoulder bruise, anything like that, I'm not going to feel it. But next question, what did you say?
Overtime. When it's overtime, are you like, oh, crap?
Not really. It depends on the team. It depends on the team because it's like sometimes you'll play a really good team and you're like, oh, we got 5 more minutes with these guys. We need stops. We need to do this. We need to do that. And then sometimes you're happy because you're down and you finally got that momentum. So it's like, okay, we have 5 more minutes to really beat these guys, So it's a love-hate relationship with overtime.
But if you're tired, are you just like, sometimes you like, I don't want to do this?
You're going to be tired, but, when you're in an arena with 15, 20,000 people, something gets you, something wakes up inside of you.
You ever get nervous in a game?
I would say tip off at the beginning of the game, but not during the game. The game, once the game starts, you start sweating, get a nice little flow, then, I'm not too nervous at all anymore.
If you miss 2 or 3 threes in a row, are you ready to get back for that fourth, or are you just
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You have to shoot yourself out of that. You have to get out of that because the other team could take advantage of that, and that could be a bad situation. I'll have to learn that the hard way.
All right, final question. Who's the baddest dude you played?
I would say Ben Simmons. When I was in high school, he was a senior my sophomore year, and he gave us a 40-point triple-double.
Was he running point at 6'9",
Yes.
whatever the case?
Yes. He looks the exact same. He looks the exact same. Gave us a 40-point triple-double on ESPN in high school.
Oh, on TV?
On TV, in front of everybody.
Yeah. How much you get to play that game?
I played pretty good that game, actually. I had about 20 points myself.
Did you guard him?
I did not. We actually had Chase Jeter and Steven Zimmerman, who were 2 top 10 big men. They were really good. McDonald's All-Americans. And, we also had Zach Collins on that team. He plays for the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
So, we had some people for Ben Simmons. I was dealing with the guards.
Doesn't sound like we had many for Ben
well,
Simmons.
yeah, we didn't. We thought we did. We thought we did at the time, but we didn't.
Well, we appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
I hope you guys have a great season. I'm looking forward to final question. What's Coach like?
Coach Dixon?
Yeah.
He's intense. Never seen anybody like him ever in my life. But,
Is he ever not intense?
No, never. Well, maybe if we catch him in the office right now, he might not be intense.
He's taking a nap. That's the only
maybe, if we're lucky. But, as soon as he comes down here for practice, for games, he's intense at all times.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.